I grew up eating lots of kaimatis, but let me tell you, this recipe is worth trying. Yum. Perfectly fried, savory taste. This is the recipe for you to try out. Whenever you're making bread, you need some beans to get that fluffy texture in whatever you're making. So in this recipe, I'm going to be using 2 teaspoons of fresh yeast. As you can see, this is a small sachet. If you have a large packet of yeast and you have been keeping it in your pantry, to make sure that the yeast is fresh, you're going to add in a teaspoon or a tablespoon of sugar to some lukewarm water. Add in your yeast and wait for around 5 minutes so that the yeast can bloom. If it doesn't bloom, the yeast is not fresh. So you're going to buy a fresh packet of yeast. I always go for the small sachets because you only use once. Into my bowl, I have 4 cups of all-purpose flour. So I'm going to add in my yeast, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, sugar, whisk in the dry ingredients until fully combined. And because I'm using instant yeast, I'm not going to wait for the yeast to bloom. If you're using dry yeast, you're going to add in the sugar and water, wait for around 5 minutes so that the yeast can bloom for you to make your delicious kaimatis. I'm going to gradually add in lukewarm water as I mix using my whisk. Make sure to scrape the bottom of the bowl so that all the dry ingredients can get fully combined to the wet. And it's going to take around a minute for you to fully mix up the wet and dry ingredients. So this is a very simple recipe which needs very minimal ingredients, as we've seen. We only needed some salt, sugar, instant yeast, your all-purpose flour, and water together with salt. Did I say salt? Once your butter is looking just like this, you're going to whip up for around a minute. You can use your hands, you can use your whisk. And this is going to activate the gluten structure of the flour. You need some muscle at this point. So after around 1 to 2 minutes, the butter is ready to rest. So this is how it's going to be looking. So you're going to cover with a cling film. Then you're going to rest the dough for around an hour so that the glutens can relax and so that the butter can double up in size. Once I'm done, I'm going to cover with a kitchen towel placed in a warm area on my countertop and wait for the dough to double. So you're going to be doing something else as the dough is resting. Catch you after 1 hour. After around 30 minutes, your dough should be ready, especially when it's warm because it's going to double super fast. You're going to prep up a small onion and 1 red chili, which is going to make the kaimatis very savory. Start off by placing a frying pan with enough cooking oil to deep fry your kaimatis. And now it's time to check on my dough. And let me tell you, it has doubled up in size super fast. Once done, I'm going to knock out all the air in the batter using a spoon. Add in my onion, the chili, and once more you're going to fold in the onions and chili into the batter. And once done, you'll need some water, which is going to help you scoop the dough and transfer into the hot cooking oil. So you're going to check if the oil is ready. You're going to check if the oil is ready by inserting a skewer. Once you notice small bubbling, the oil is ready. Don't let the oil get super bubbly because it's going to be super hot and the kaimatis are not going to cook on the inside. So you're going to place your hand in the water, scoop out your dough and add into the pan. Once you place your dough in the cooking oil, you are going to fry for around a minute on each side. And when the kaimatis are frying, they're going to automatically flip themselves. So you can use a skewer or your skimmer, flip the rest. Make sure we are getting that even brown color. Just look how gorgeous my kaimatis are looking. Avoid overcrowding your pan so that the kaimatis can evenly brown on the outside. And once more, you're going to wait for around a minute to 2 minutes so that they can evenly brown. I love that my kaimatis don't have oil on the inside. They're perfectly cooked. We have that nice savory taste from the onions, the chili. Yeah, so every bite is going to be absolutely amazing. So hope you give this recipe a try, and it's really amazing as always.